Beneath a heavy sky, shrouded by the overgrown silhouettes of ancient trees, the abandoned sanatorium looms in silence. Its weathered facade is a patchwork of crumbling stone, streaked with the stains of time and neglect. Ivy claws at broken window frames, winding through shattered glass, while rusted gates stand half open, inviting yet foreboding. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves, and every breeze seems to carry a whisper from the past. As dusk settles, the building's outline grows more sinister. Gothic arches and towering chimneys cast long, jagged shadows across the tangled grounds. The main entrance, once grand, is now marred by peeling paint and warped doors. Faded letters above the doorway barely spell out the name of the institution, their meaning lost to history. Steps, cracked and uneven, lead up to the threshold, a boundary between the haunted outside and the darkness within. Stepping inside, the atmosphere changes instantly. The corridor beyond is swathed in gloom, its walls lined with peeling wallpaper and tarnished brass fixtures. The echo of your footsteps reverberates down the empty hallways, each step amplified in the oppressive silence. There's a heavy chill, as if the building itself exhales cold air from its forgotten lungs. Rooms branch off from the corridor, each one cloaked in shadow and neglect. Some doors hang open, their hinges groaning, while others are locked tight, their secrets sealed. Dust dances in the beams of a fading sunset, illuminating abandoned wheelchairs, chipped bed frames, and toppled medicine cabinets. The sense of emptiness is profound. Every room once alive with stories, now merely a shell. Long hallways stretch ahead, seemingly endless. Their floors, warped by time and moisture, creak beneath invisible footsteps. Faded, flickering light bulbs dangle from the ceiling, casting pale light that barely penetrates the darkness. At intervals, empty chairs and broken carts stand as silent sentinels, reminders of the lives that once filled these corridors. The deeper you venture, the thicker the shadows grow, and the more palpable the feeling of being watched. In a flash, the present slips away, replaced by sepia-toned memories from decades past. Old photographs materialize, their edges curled and stained. In one, rows of patients lie in iron beds, swaddled in thin blankets, their faces pale but hopeful. Sunlight streams through tall windows, illuminating nurses in crisp uniforms bustling between beds, their arms laden with trays and medicines. Doctors stand in small groups, conferring over charts with solemn expressions. Outside, children wrapped in coats play in the courtyard, watched over by staff in starched white coats. Each photo is a window into a world now lost, a world of care, hope, and routine, set against the backdrop of a relentless illness. Another illustration, perhaps from the 1930s, depicts the hospital in its prime. The building is pristine, surrounded by manicured gardens and shaded walkways. Patients stroll along paths, some in wheelchairs, others with bandaged arms, always accompanied by attentive caregivers. The sepia tones lend an air of nostalgia, but also a sense of melancholy, the knowledge that this vitality has vanished. Returning to the present, the decay is unmistakable. Paint peels in thick curls from the walls, exposing the bare plaster beneath. Rust streaks down from ancient radiators, and every surface is coated in a fine layer of dust. The silence is broken only by the distant drip of water and the occasional scuttle of unseen creatures within the walls. A door comes into view, its wood warped and splintered, with faded paint barely clinging to its surface. The number 502 is barely visible, its brass digits tarnished and askew. The handle, once polished, is now crusted with rust, and the frame is flecked with mold. The door stands slightly ajar, inviting curiosity and dread in equal measure. Pushing the door open, the hinges shriek in protest. Inside, room 502 is a tableau of abandonment. The ceiling sags, and tattered curtains hang limply from broken rods. An empty bed frame sits in the center, its mattress long since rotted away. Graffiti scars the walls, blending with ancient stains. The floor is littered with fragments of glass and scraps of paper, each one a remnant of someone's desperate attempt to leave a mark. A single chair faces the window, as if waiting for a visitor who will never arrive. The air is thick, heavy with the memory of suffering and solitude. Beyond the room, the hallway stretches on, long, dark, and unwelcoming. Shadows pool in the corners, shifting with every flicker of light. At the far end, a door stands closed, barely visible in the gloom. Suddenly, with a low, drawn-out creak, the door swings open on its own, then slams shut, the sound echoing like a gunshot through the emptiness. The silence returns, but not quite. There is a faint, rhythmic sound, unmistakable yet untraceable. Footsteps echo down the corridor, slow and deliberate, but the hallway remains empty. No figure appears, no shadow crosses the threshold, yet the sound persists, growing louder, then fading away into nothing. The atmosphere grows heavier, charged with anticipation. Turning a corner, a new passage reveals itself. A tunnel, low and narrow, carved from brick and stone. Its ceiling is barely above head height, its walls slick with moisture. The tunnel stretches away into blackness, its far end barely visible. From this low angle, the length and claustrophobia are overwhelming. The darkness at the end seems almost alive, shifting and pulsing with every breath. Suddenly, at the very edge of sight, a shadowy figure darts across the tunnel, swift, silent, almost imperceptible. It moves inhumanly fast, vanishing as quickly as it appeared. The air grows colder, and the darkness seems to press in from all sides. The silence is absolute, broken only by the distant sound of water dripping and the pounding of your own heart. Emerging from the tunnel, the investigation continues. A person stands in a derelict hallway, clutching a device, a handheld EMF meter, its surface scratched and worn. The screen glows weakly, then suddenly flashes red, pulsing with urgent light. The air crackles with electricity, and the atmosphere is charged with unseen energy. The person's hands tremble as they scan the air, searching for the source of the disturbance. Nearby, another investigator listens intently through headphones. Their eyes widen in shock, and their grip tightens on the device. Something, barely audible, has caught their attention. A whisper, a cry, or perhaps a snatch of distant laughter. Fear flickers across their face as they strain to hear, trying to make sense of the unexplainable. Images flash by in rapid succession, a montage of terror and mystery. In one frame, a faint, translucent figure stands at the end of a corridor, its features blurred and indistinct, eyes fixed on the viewer with silent accusation. In another, a ghastly face appears in a broken window, its mouth open in a silent scream, eyes wide and unblinking. A handprint, smeared and wet, materializes on a foggy pane of glass, fingers splayed in desperate warning. Each image is fleeting, yet each leaves a chill that lingers. The journey continues, fear building with every step. The sanatorium's secrets press in from all sides, its history etched into every crack and corner. The sense of the supernatural is overwhelming, a blend of sorrow, anger, and longing that permeates the very walls. Time seems to warp, past and present blending together in a tapestry of loss and dread. In the final moments, words appear, bright, urgent, impossible to ignore. Like, share, subscribe. The message is clear, a call to join the exploration, to delve deeper into the unknown. Quick flashes follow, glimpses of other haunted places, a crumbling asylum wrapped in mist, a deserted mansion with shattered windows, a bleak forest where shadows move between the trees. Each location promises new mysteries, new terrors, and new stories waiting to be uncovered. And so the journey through the abandoned sanatorium draws to a close, but its memory lingers. The echo of footsteps, the chill of unseen eyes, and the weight of forgotten stories remain, inviting those brave enough to return. The darkness is never truly empty, and the past is never truly gone. Every room, every hallway, every shadow holds the promise of discovery, and the threat of something far more sinister. As the doors close and the night deepens, the sanatorium stands silent once more, its secret safe for another day. Yet somewhere, deep within its heart, something stirs, waiting, watching, and wondering who will come next.